You think women get turned on by sex. Wrong. What actually triggers female desire happens way before any physical touch, and I'm about to expose the 10 psychological triggers that make a woman obsess over a man, even if she's never given him attention before. I spent years studying this. I've talked to hundreds of women who confess things they'd never tell a man to his face, and what I discovered will completely destroy everything you believe about attraction. Here's the thing. While you're out there trying to impress her with compliments, gifts, and being available 24/7, there's another guy doing the complete opposite, and she's losing sleep thinking about him. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why that happens and how to become that guy. And before we dive in, smash that like button right now, because you're going to thank me when we get to number 4. It's absolutely criminal how well it works. Let me ask you something and be honest. Have you ever wondered why women say they want a nice guy, but end up chasing the one who barely texts back? Comment below yes or no, because I need to know if you've experienced this. The answer is simple. Female desire isn't logical. It's psychological and biological. And once you understand these 10 triggers, you'll never look at attraction the same way again. But here's the deal. If you want the full breakdown without any filters, you need to subscribe and turn on notifications, because this type of content walks a fine line, and I need to know you're serious about learning this. Hit that subscribe button now. I'll wait. Done? Good. Because we're about to go deep. Number 10 is something 95% of men do completely backwards, and it's killing their chances without them even knowing it. It's called unpredictability. And I'm not talking about playing games or being a jerk. I'm talking about having a life so interesting that she never knows exactly when you're going to show up. Think about it. When you respond instantly to every text, when you're always available, when she can predict your every move, her brain gets bored. Women are wired to crave dopamine spikes, and predictability kills dopamine. But when you disappear for 2 days doing something important, when you come back with different energy, when she realizes she's not the center of your universe, her brain releases chemicals similar to what happens with addiction. She starts checking her phone obsessively. She wonders what you're doing. She craves your attention because suddenly it's scarce, and scarcity creates value. The mistake most men make is thinking they need to be constantly present to keep her interested, but the opposite is true. Your absence, when done right, makes her heart grow fonder. Now drop a comment if this has ever happened to you from the other side, where a woman pulled back and you suddenly wanted her more. See how it works? But unpredictability is just scratching the surface, because number 9 taps into something even more primitive in the female brain, something that's been hardwired for thousands of years: social status. And before you say, "But I'm not rich or famous," listen to me. Social status isn't about money. It's about how other people treat you. When she sees other people respecting you, laughing at your jokes, seeking your opinion, coming to you for advice, her brain automatically thinks, "This man is valuable. This man is a leader. This man is worth having." It's not even a conscious decision. It's pure biology. Women are biologically programmed to be attracted to men with social status, because historically those men had the best resources and protection. So when you walk into a room and people know you, when the bartender gives you a nod, when your friends clearly respect you, when strangers gravitate toward your conversation, she's watching all of that, and her attraction is building without a single word being exchanged between you two. This is why the guy who knows everyone, who has that social proof, who has that presence, always has women interested. It's not luck, it's psychology. So here's what I want you to do. Comment below one way you can increase your social status this week. Maybe it's hosting a small gathering. Maybe it's becoming really good at something people value. Maybe it's just being more socially engaged. Write it down. Make it real. Now we're getting to number 8. And this one is borderline manipulation. But it works so effectively that I almost didn't include it. Except you need to know how powerful this is. It's called unresolved sexual tension, and it's the art of creating desire without fulfilling it. Have you ever noticed that when you get close to a woman, touch her arm lightly, hold eye contact for 3 seconds longer than normal, and then don't do anything else? She gets fidgety. That's unresolved sexual tension, and it's addictive to the female brain. Most men try to resolve it immediately. They go for the kiss, they make it obvious, they verbalize their intentions, and boom, the tension dies. But the man who understands this game knows how to create that tension and let it marinate. He knows how to leave her wanting more. Because here's the secret. The anticipation of something is often more powerful than the thing itself. When you create that tension and walk away, she can't stop thinking about it. She replays the moment in her head. She wonders why you didn't make a move. She starts questioning herself. And the longer that tension exists unresolved, the more she thinks about you, the more she wants you, the more she starts pursuing you. This is how you flip the script. Pause for a second and really think about the last time you rushed things with a woman. Did it work out the way you wanted? Comment below if you've made this mistake, because I guarantee most of you have. If you're still watching, you're already ahead of 80% of men who clicked away because they couldn't handle the truth. So give yourself a pat on the back and drop a like if you haven't already, because we're about to get into the really dangerous stuff. Number 7 is so psychologically powerful that I hesitated putting it in this video, but you deserve to know how this works. It's called selective validation, and it's a psychological game that flips her entire world upside down. Women are conditioned from childhood to seek validation from parents, from friends, from social media, from society. Everything revolves around external validation. So when you, a high-value man, don't give her that validation easily, when you're not impressed by her looks alone, when you only compliment her when she genuinely earns it, her brain goes into panic mode. She thinks, why isn't he reacting like every other guy? Why isn't he falling over himself to please me? What does he see that I'm not showing? And that's when she starts chasing. She starts trying to impress you. She dresses better around you. She laughs harder at your jokes. She initiates conversation. She seeks your approval because you've become the one person whose validation actually means something. This isn't about being mean or disrespectful. This is about having standards and not lowering them for anyone. Women of value respect men who have standards. Women who are used to getting everything handed to them will be intrigued by the man who doesn't hand them anything. So here's my question to you. What's one standard you refuse to compromise on when it comes to women? Comment it below and own it. We're halfway through, and number 6 is where boys and men get separated, because this requires patience and self-control that most guys simply don't have. It's called mystery and depth. You know, that guy who on the first date spills his entire life story, his childhood trauma, his insecurities, his future plans, everything. He kills desire instantly because there's zero mystery left. Women need layers. They need to feel like there's always more to discover about you. When you reveal yourself slowly, when you let her uncover who you are over time, when you don't answer every question directly, when you keep parts of yourself private, she becomes addicted to the process of discovering you. The female brain loves to solve puzzles. That's why women read mystery novels, binge detective shows, stalk exes on social media. They want to figure things out. So become the man she never finishes figuring out. Don't lay all your cards on the table. Don't over-explain yourself. Don't seek her understanding of every decision you make. Be the book she can't put down because every chapter reveals something new. And here's the thing. This doesn't mean being fake or hiding who you are. It means being secure enough to not need constant validation and understanding from her. It means letting your actions speak louder than your explanations. Quick question. How many of you have overshared early on and regretted it? Be honest in the comments. Now, before we get to number 5, I need you to do something for me right now. Look at your watch time on this video. If you've made it this far, you're serious about this, so prove it. Go subscribe if you haven't, turn on all notifications, and comment all 10. So I know you're committed to watching until the end, because the last 3 are going to blow your mind. Done? Let's keep going. Number 5 has nothing to do with how you look, but everything to do with how you feel. And women can sense this from across the room. It's called masculine presence and energy. There's something about a man who walks into a space and just occupies it, not in an arrogant way, but in a grounded, confident way. He speaks slowly and deliberately. He's not in a rush. He's not fidgeting. He's not seeking approval with his eyes. He's just there, solid, immovable, comfortable in his own skin. Women feel energy. They're biologically wired to sense it. When you're nervous, insecure, trying too hard, desperate for her approval, she feels it, and desire dies instantly. But when you're centered, when you're calm, when you're confident without needing to prove it, when you have that quiet strength, she feels a force that activates something primal in her. It's testosterone being recognized by her biological programming. This is the energy that makes her feel safe, protected, and turned on all at once. And here's the truth. You can't fake this. You can't manufacture this. It comes from inner work, from knowing your worth, from having a purpose bigger than getting female attention. So let me ask you, what's one thing you're doing to build that inner strength right now? Drop it in the comments because I want to see who's actually putting in the work. And if masculine presence is powerful, number 4 takes it even deeper because this taps into her survival instinct, something that's hardwired into her DNA from thousands of years of evolution. It's protection and emotional security. A woman needs to feel safe with you, and I'm not just talking about physical safety. I'm talking about emotional safety. When she sees that you don't lose your cool over small things, when she sees you handle problems calmly, when she tests you and you don't react emotionally, when she realizes you're stable and unshakable, her primitive brain thinks, this man can protect me. This man can protect my future children. This man can handle anything life throws at us. And that triggers desire at a level that's beyond rational thought. This is instinct. This is biology. This is why women are attracted to men who make them feel secure, not just financially but emotionally. Be the rock. Be the man she knows she can count on when everything falls apart. Be the steady force in a chaotic world. And when you become that, she doesn't just want you physically. She needs you on a deeper level. Comment below if you've ever felt this kind of attraction from a woman when you handled a crisis well. I bet some of you have stories. If you've made it this far, smash that like button one more time because we're entering the top 3, and this is where everything changes. Number 3 is what separates the men. Women date from the men. Women chase for years. It's ambition and purpose. Women don't fall in love with where you are right now. They fall in love with where you're going. When she sees that you have purpose, that you're building something, that you have ambition burning inside you, that you wake up every day driven by a mission bigger than just getting her attention, she wants to be part of that. It could be a business, a creative project, a fitness goal, a life mission. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as you're not stagnant. Because women don't want to be your purpose. They want to be alongside a man who already has purpose. They want to support your vision. They want to be your partner in building something great. They want to feel like they're part of a bigger story. And when you have that fire in you, when she sees you grinding, sacrificing, improving, evolving, she doesn't just respect you. She desires you on a level that physical attraction can't touch. This is the difference between a fling and a woman who's ride or die. So tell me, what's your purpose right now? What are you building? Comment it below and own it publicly, because that's the first step to making it real.